Hello students, hope you all are doing great. I'm Achal Chaudhary working as an assistant professor, BBA department in St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management. So students, I'm back with my online lecture series of company accounts. So students, it's your lecture number 3 from your basics of company accounts, your issue of shares and forfeiture. So in previous lecture we have covered all the theory portion of issue of shares, forfeiture, oversubscription, all of those contents we have covered in your previous lecture. And today we are going to start with the numerical portion from the issue of shares and oversubscription. So let's start with today's lecture. So here is your numerical number 1. X Limited makes an issue of 20,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each at rupees 11 on 1st March payable as follows. So here 11 rupees means there is a premium of securities premium of 1 rupee. Rupees 2 on application, rupees 3 on allotment and rupees 6 on first and final call. And your first and final call is 3 months after the allotment. Applications were received for 26,000 shares. Directors made the allotment in the fill to the application demanding 10 or more shares and returned money to the applicants for 6,000 shares. So it's a situation of oversubscription, and what the company has decided that they will return the excess applicants of 6,000 shares. One shareholder who was allotted 40 shares paid the first and final call money along with allotment money. Means it's your call in advance. And another shareholder who was allotted 60 shares did not pay allotment interest money but paid along with the first and final call money. And it's your situation of call in errors. Give journal entries in the books of the company. So I am sharing the solution of this question. So meanwhile, I'll request you all to at least try to solve this question at least once, so that you know where you are making the mistakes, so that those mistakes can be corrected. So here is a solution of your numerical number 1. First, your journal entry will be bank account debit to equity share application account. So as you have received the application money on 26,000 applications, basically students, in your whenever you are posting the first journal entry in your oversubscription case, so first of all you have to consider all of your shares, like आपको जो पैसा receive हुआ है, whatever the amount you have received, वो आपको नोट डाउन करना है, बिकॉज यू आर रिसीविंग द मनी ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ 26,000 शेयर्स. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आपको जो रिसीव हुआ है अमाउंट वो तो आपको एज इट इज मेंशन करना है. That is your 26,000 into 2 rupees on application, that is your 52,000. So first thing what you have to do is, most of the student makes the mistake in this journal entry. What they do is they just write down the shares allotted. जो भी amount shares को issue किया है, like your 20,000 was your issue shares, जो कंपनी इशू करना चाहती है शेयर्स, उसके बेसिस पे बच्चे इसको सॉल्व करते हैं. दे जस्ट राइट डाउन हियर 40,000, बट करेक्टली आपको जो रिसीव हुआ है, सी आपको जो अमाउंट रिसीव हुआ है, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल पहले आप उसको लिखोगे ना, सो दैट योर बैलेंसेस विल बी मैच और कोई भी प्रॉब्लम नहीं आएगी अकाउंट्स में. सो जो वॉट एवर द अमाउंट यू हैव रिसीव्ड, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू हैव टू राइट इट डाउन एज इट इज. So in first journal entry, whatever the amount you have received from your applicants, that is your 26,000 shares into rupees 2. So you have to write it down as it is. Then next is your equity share application account debit to equity share capital to bank account. So as mentioned in question that whatever the oversubscription is there, you will refund the amount of your excess shares. That was your 6,000 shares. So in next entry, in second entry, you have to adjust the amount of oversubscription. इन इक्विटी शेयर एप्लीकेशन जितना आपको एप्लीकेशन मनी रिसीव हुआ था यू विल राइट इट डाउन एज इट इज 52,000, राइट. In credit side whatever the amount you will forward to the your share capital, जो आपका actually में share capital है उसमें कितना जाएगा, that is your 40,000, 20,000 into 2,000 2 rupees. Then whatever the amount you are going to refund to your you can say applicants, that will be refunded through the bank account. So in bank account you will write 6,000 into 2, that is your 12,000. So this is how you have to solve the question whenever it is said that oversubscription is done through the refund of the applicants. Next is your equity shares allotment account. Equity shares allotment account debit to equity share capital to securities premium. So as I told you in your question that 1 rupees is included as a securities premium in your share capital. So whatever the amount of premium is included there, that is considered as कि आपका जो भी amount of premium है, that is included in your allotment money. So 3 was your allotment money. So first of all, what you have to do is your share allotment account debited will be debited through the overall amount. That was your 20,000 into 3. So अब as you see that यहाँ पर we are considering only 20,000 shares. We are not considering 26,000 shares anymore. क्योंकि आपका वो जो 26,000 वाला amount था that has been already refunded. So now we will not consider it. So 20,000 into 3 is your 60,000, out of which there is a premium of rupees 1. So your securities premium will be 20,000 and your share capital account will be credited through 40,000. So till now I hope you are clear with the question. Next is your calls in errors entry and calls in advance. So as you have seen in the question, it has been mentioned that 40 shareholders has given their amount as in advance. So it's your call in advance, and 60 shareholders, 60 shares has not paid their amount up to the allotment. They have paid through their first call and final call. So here entry will be bank account debit, calls in error account debit, to equity allotment account, to calls in advance account. So your bank account will be 60,060 rupees and calls in errors account debited will be 180 rupees. And in your equity share allotment account, it will be credited through 60,000 and calls in advance account debit is credited through 240 rupees. So how it is come? So let's have a look on the working note कि ये कैसे हमें amount मिला है. So if you can see that in your like total whatever the share was having with you is your 19,940, because 60 shares, the person who is holding 60 shares has not paid their allotment money up to your allotment call. So when your allotment call was due, at that time 60 shareholders has not paid their amount. So here you will calculate on the basis of 19,940 and your share allotment amount is rupees 3. So total will be 59,820. So there are 40 shareholders, or you can say a person who is holding 40 shares has paid their calls in advance, means first and final call. First and final call amount था आपका 6 rupees. So 40 into 6 is your 240. So your total amount will be 60,060 rupees. So this is how you will get the total amount of share allotment which you have received. Then let's have a look on the 60 shares also. 60 shares, a person who is holding 60 shares has not paid their allotment money. So 60 into 3 is your rupees 180. So 180 rupees has not been paid by the shareholder. So 180 आपको यहाँ से मिला and 240 as we have already calculated 40 into 3, 40 into 6. So this is your 240 rupees. Now, next journal entry will be your first and final call due entry. Equity share first and final call account debit to equity share capital account. So the amount will be 20,000 into 6, it's your 1,20,000. So basically 1,20,000 is your due amount. And what you have received is, let's have a look on that. Bank account debit to equity share first and final call account to calls in error account. So here what amount you have given is, that is your 1,19,940. So as we have seen in your working note, so it has been mentioned that see 40 shareholder, जो 40 shares का amount था that was your 240, वो आपको already receive वो आपने already pay कर दिया था, right? 240 तो already pay हो चुका है and that is also recorded in the books of accounts, right? So जो amount already आप किसी entry में mention कर चुके हो, then there is no need to mention it again and again. जो amount already pay कर चुके हो, then you need not to pay it again. So here what you have to do is, you will calculate the amount on the 19,960 shares only, because 40 shares ka amount you have already paid and you have already received and also recorded in your books. So now you have to calculate on the remaining shares into rupees 6. So your amount will be 1,19,760. So in 700 in this amount, what you have to do is, you have to write down the call in errors also, the amount which you haven't paid at the time of allotment. That was your 60 shares into 3 rupees as we have calculated earlier. So that was your rupees 180. So your total amount which you have received at the time of your first and final call is rupees 1,19,940. So the amount of first and final call is your rupees 1,19,760, and calls in errors which you haven't paid at the time of allotment, that was your rupees 180. So this is how you have to solve the question when it is when it is a question of call in errors or call in advance or a simple case of oversubscription. So last journal entry will be your call in advance account debit to share first and final call. That was your rupees 240. So that's it. So this is how you have to solve. I don't think that it's a very typical question for you. Generally in your graduation इसी type के questions आते हैं. There are like questions बहुत ज़्यादा difficult नहीं होंगे. Questions will be very easy, जो आप easily solve कर सकते हो. Because see students, जो आपने 12th में अभी तक किया हुआ है, so in your 12th class your basics are too strong and the numerical portion, or you can say जो आपके क्वेश्चंस आते हैं एग्जाम में, वो क्वाइट डिफिकल्ट होता है. बट इन योर ग्रेजुएशन ओनली बेसिक पोर्शंस हैज बीन कवर्ड. आपका बहुत ही बेसिक बेसिक क्वेश्चंस होते हैं और ज़्यादा डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चंस नहीं होते हैं. सो इसी तरीके मोर और लेस इसी तरीके के क्वेश्चन आपको एग्जाम में मिलेंगे. सो आई होप यू आर क्लियर विद दिस क्वेश्चन. सो लेट्स मूव टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. सो लेट्स मूव टू द न्यूमेरिकल नंबर 2. Sugandh Limited issued 60,000 shares of rupees 10 each at a premium of rupees 2 per share, payable as rupees 3 on application, 5 including premium on allotment, and the balance on first and final call. Applicants were received for 92,000 shares. The company has issued only 60,000 shares, but application received is 92,000 shares. So again, it's a case of oversubscription. The director resolved to allot as applicants of 40,000 shares allotted 30,000 shares, applicants of 50,000 shares allotted 30,000 shares, and applicants of 2,000 shares are allotted nil. That means their applications were rejected and their amount is refunded. Mohan, who had applied for 800 shares in category 1, and Sohan, who was allotted 600 shares in category 2, failed to pay the allotment money. Calculate amount received on allotment. So this is the solution of your numerical number 2. First of all, let's find out how much oversubscription of shares is there. So issued share is your 60,000 and applied share is your 92,000. So total oversubscription of share is 32,000. So means that we have to adjust 32,000 shares. So let's have a look on the pro rata table. First of all, applied shares, allotment, application money received on rupees 3 at the rate of 3. Application money, what we have supposed that it should be received on the basis of 60,000 shares, then excess amount, allotment due, and excess money which is adjusted on allotment. So let's take the first slab of the question, that is 40,000 shares. The shareholder who have applied for 40,000 shares, they have been allotted 30,000 shares. सो एप्लीकेशन मनी जो उन्होंने गिवन है, कितना एप्लीकेशन मनी दिया होगा, सो दे हैव अप्लाइड फॉर 40,000 शेयर्स, दैट मीन्स एट द रेट ऑफ 3, 40,000 into 3, 1,20,000 share rupees. So this is the application money that a 40,000 shareholder has, 40,000 shares के लिए जिसने अप्लाई किया है, so उसने application money तो full दिया ही होगा, right? So according to that, application money receive हुआ है 1,20,000, but उसको देना कितना था, that is 30,000 into rupees 3. So उसको देना 90,000 था, but उसने 1,20,000 दिया, that is your excess. So your excess amount will be 30,000 after deducting 1,20,000 from 90,000. So at the time of allotment may up, as I told you earlier कि allotment may we consider the allotted shares only. So allotted shares was 30,000. So at the rate of 30,000 into rupees 5 is your 1,50,000. So this is your allotment money due. And excess money, whenever we are having some excess money, see जिस पर्सन को, जिस एप्लीकेंट को 40,000 शेयर्स जिसने अप्लाई किया था, उसको 30,000 हमने शेयर अलॉट किया है, राइट? सो हमारे पास उसकी एक्सेस मनी ऑलरेडी की, हमारे पास उसकी एक्सेस मनी है. सो इन स्पाइट ऑफ गिविंग बैक दैट मनी टू दैट एप्लीकेंट, व्हाट वी डू, वी एडजस्ट दैट अमाउंट इन टू योर अलॉटमेंट मनी, क्योंकि आपको पैसा देना ही देना है, राइट? सो कंपनी क्या करती है, कंपनी जो भी अमाउंट एक्सेस में होता है उसको अपने पास रख लेती है, आफ्टर नो डाउट इन्फॉर्म करती है अपने उसको एप्लीकेंट को, बट वो अपने पास रख लेती है ताकि इन फ्यूचर जब भी उसको पैसे की ज़रूरत होगी एट द टाइम ऑफ अलॉटमेंट और फर्स्ट कॉल, वो उसमें से अपना पैसा रिजर्व से उठाएगी एंड उसको एडजस्ट कर देगी. They will pay or adjust that amount in their allotment and first and final call whatever is there. So ये adjustment में use होता है जो भी excess money होता है हमारे पास. So your excess money which was 30,000, that is allotted towards your allotment money. Then next situation was 50,000 shares. The person who has applied for 50,000 shares has been allotted 30,000 shares. So your excess money, you can say application money आपको receive कितना हुआ, 50,000 into 3, 1,50,000. आपको receive कितना होना चाहिए था, 90,000, 30,000 into 3. Excess money, so here your excess money will be 1,50,000 minus 90,000, that is your 60,000. सो अलॉटमेंट मनी अगेन आपको कितना रिसीव होना था, अलॉटमेंट मनी ड्यू कितना था, 30,000 इंटू 5, दैट इज योर 1,50,000. एंड वॉट एवर द एक्सेस मनी यू वॉज हैविंग, दैट इज योर 60,000, वो आप एडजस्ट करेंगे अगेन अलॉटमेंट मनी में. सपोज यहाँ पर अमाउंट होता 1,60,000, सो 10,000 विल बी फॉरवर्डेड फर्दर, वो फिर 10,000 आगे के लिए फॉरवर्ड हो जाता. सो इसी तरीके से होता है. अगर आपका एक्सेस अमाउंट रिसीव हो रहा है, सपोज कोई आपको ज़्यादा एक्सेस अमाउंट रिसीव हो गया लाइक 3 लाख 4 लाख, और वो आपका फिर भी स्टिल यू आर हैविंग दैट अमाउंट आफ्टर एडजस्टिंग, आफ्टर कवरिंग ऑल योर कॉल, ऑल योर एडजस्टमेंट मनी. सो at that situation what you do, you just refund that particular amount. Until then you adjust that particular amount. So next third condition was the applicants who have applied for 2000 shares, their share applicants were rejected. So application मनी आपको कितना रिसीव हुआ, 2000 into 3, that is your 6000. ये अमाउंट आपको रिसीव हुआ है फ्रॉम दोज एप्लीकेंट्स जो आपकी थर्ड कैटेगरी में आते हैं. आपको क्या करना है, आपको एज इट इज इसको जो भी आपका अमाउंट है आपको रिफंड कर देना है. ये शेयर होल्डर्स को इनको कुछ भी कोई भी शेयर्स नहीं मिला है, सो ये इनकी एप्लीकेशंस वहीं पर रिजेक्ट हो जाएंगी. सो योर 6000 विल बी refunded through bank account. So this is how you have to solve the question through the pro rata table. So now let's move to the next. A person, Mr. Mohan, who have allotted 800 shares, applied 800 shares, means आपको ये find out करना है first of all the how much shares he have been allotted. apply 800 है, allotted कितना होगा. So the formula to find out the number of shares allotted to Mohan is 30,000 divided by 40,000 into 800, because question has mentioned that Mr. Mohan belongs to first category. जो first category है उसको belong करते हैं. That means कि we will consider your 30,000 and 40,000 amount. So to find out the allotted share, what we do, 30,000, the amount which the share which have been allotted to a person, allotment of shares divided by the applied shares into particular shares of that person. So your answer will be 600. So Mr. Mohan has been allotted by 600 shares. So money received on application was your 800 into 3. 800 इसलिए क्योंकि उन्होंने अप्लाई 800 के लिए किया था. अगेन आई एम सेइंग कि एप्लीकेशन के टाइम पे, एट द टाइम ऑफ एप्लीकेशन वी कंसीडर दी ओवरऑल शेयर एप्लीकेशंस. सो अप्लाई कितना किया था, 800. हमें 2400 अमाउंट रिसीव हुआ है, हो चुका है, देन ओनली वी विल अलॉट ना. सो जो अमाउंट रिसीव हुआ है वो हम कंसीडर करेंगे एप्लीकेशन में. देन आउट ऑफ विच यू हैव टू कैलकुलेट योर एडजस्टमेंट ऑफ शेयर कैपिटल. लाइक आपकी एप्लीकेशन मनी कितना आपको होना था रिसीव, आउट ऑफ 2400 what you have to be received is your 1800. रिसीव कितना होना था, 1800. 600 into 3, so you will deduct it. So excess money कितना है, that is your 600. 600 आपका adjusted, you can say excess money है. Then you have to find out कि इन्होंने allotment money नहीं pay किया है. So you have to find out कि actually call in error आपको कितना है, कितना आपको loss हुआ है. So allotment money due is 600 share into 5 rupees, that is your 3000. 3000 आपको मिलना था, allotment money due था, out of which आपके पास already excess money received था इस person का, मोहन का, that was your 600 as we have find it out. So उसमें से 600 you will deduct and you will find out the calls in errors by Mohan. So this is how you have to find out the amount which is pending, or you can say which is call in errors. Next is we have a Mr. Sohan who have also not paid the you can say allotment money. So we have to find it out here that how much shares has been applied by Mr. Sohan, and he belongs to the category number 2. Here his allotted shares has been mentioned, that was your 600. So number of share applied by Mr. Sohan is equals to 50,000, whatever the amount they have, whatever the share they have applied for, divided by allotted shares into allotted number of shares. So you will get the 1000 share. So 1000 was your मिस्टर सोहन ने 1000 एप्लीकेशंस के लिए अपनी एप्लीकेशन दी थी for 1000 shares. So let's find it out, his call in error. Money received on application 1000 into 3, that is your 3000, out of which actually में उसको कितना देना था according to 600. 600 into 3 he have to pay 1800. So we will deduct this amount from 3000 जो उसने pay किया है. So now you will get the excess money on application, that is your 1200 rupees. मतलब कि ये 1200 rupees excess में है from Sohan. So now allotment due on 600 shares is 600 into 5, that is 3000, out of which you will deduct the excess application money which will be adjusted on allotment, as we find it out further earlier that 1200 was your application excess application money. So we will deduct it from 3000. So whatever the amount, that is your 1800. 1800 is your calls in error by Sohan. So now let's find out how much allotment money you have received. Allotment money which is due is on 60,000 shares is 60,000 into 5, that is your 3 lakh. Excess application money adjusted on allotment, as we have seen in the pro rata table. Remember for pro rata table में we have calculated कि adjust कितना होगा allotment money पर 30,000 and 60,000. So that was your 90,000. You get 2,10,000. Then you have to deduct, you have to less here call in errors by Mohan and Sohan. So you will deduct 2400 and 1800. So now whatever the amount you have received after deducting all the amount is your money received on allotment. So this is your money which you have received on the allotment. That is your 2,05,800. So this is how you have to solve a oversubscription case through the pro rata allotment. So students, that's it for today's lecture. In next video, we will cover the remaining numerical portion. So here is a question for your practice. Sony Media Limited issued 50,000 shares of rupees 10 each, payable rupees 3 on application, rupees 4 on allotment, and balance on first and final call. Applications were received for 1 lakh shares and allotment was made as follows. First, applicants for 60,000 shares were allotted 30,000 shares. Applicants for 40,000 shares were allotted 20,000 shares. Anupam, to whom 1,000 shares were allotted from category 1, failed to pay the allotment money. Pass the journal entries up to allotment. So you have to pass the journal entries but up to the allotment only. So try to solve this question, and if you face any difficulty in solving this question or in any question, then do let me know. I will clear all your queries. I will clear all your doubts. Thank you so much for your time. Stay tuned for more videos.